Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, my wonderful people. Hey, I didn't welcome the new subscribers. If you just recently subscribed, welcome to the family. My name is Ruth Muntali. I shoot about all things young people, so growth, emotions, your spiritual life, sexual struggles, financial ideas, anything. Just young people. I'm so passionate about seeing young people live their best life according to God's plan. And today we are kind of getting into that God's plan thing, right? All right, so let's get right into the video. All right, guys, so one of the biggest questions most young people ask themselves or go about wondering is, why am I here? Do I have a purpose? Is it 7 billion people in the world? Did I really have to be here? Am I significant? All that good stuff. Is it good stuff? Okay, all those kind of questions. And you know what? You are not alone. All of us, especially when you're younger, you really deal with these kind of questions. They linger even when you're older, but I think when you're young, it's quite important to just discover who you are and get on the journey. Let me call it that. Get on the journey of discovering, because it's not a one-time thing, right? So I want us to start by saying there's a purpose for everybody. God does not create people out of boredom. He does not do that. If you're on earth, there is a purpose and a reason for you. And I know some of you be like, oh Ruth, that's cliche. People say it all the time. No, it is for real. God is such an intentional God. I mean, if human beings are intentional, they don't create things just to be there. Everything has purpose, right? Every single thing has purpose, and man was created in the image of God. So how can the person that created these intentional beings be unintentional? So the first thing you need to know, that if God sent me here on earth, I have a purpose. And that doesn't matter how you were conceived, whether you're conceived in wedlock, out of wedlock, or all those things. Your conception has nothing to do with your destiny. Nothing at all. Okay, whether some were maybe even neglected by their parents or things like that, it doesn't make you useless. All right, so this is the fundamental thing. Every person was created by God for a purpose. God saw a need, God saw a void, God saw something needs to be done there, and there you were. Okay, and while we're on that, it is not ministry related only. Okay, because when we think about purpose, and that's why there's so much pressure on so many people, is that thinking it has to be like a ministerial calling, like something so, due to lack of better terms, deep. Okay, for us to be here, to have cell phones, to have airplanes, do you know that was God's mind in the mind of man? All right. So there's certain people whose purpose was to come and just make life, better. They had the mind for technology. They came up with the bulb. I see God. I don't see scientists. I'm sorry. I see God, right? And so when you're younger, you're just pressured about what's the reigning purpose. That's what's happening with our generation. There's always one reigning purpose. There's always one time when something is like boom. Not everybody wants to be it, and if you can't be it, then you're getting into some esteem issues. No, you have to find what God created you for. So let's look at some practical ways to find what God created you for. All right. Number one, what catches your interest? Sometimes you get into a place, two different people get into a place, and they observe different things. They observe different needs. That is whatever God has called you to do. Kind of begins to show up. So look at your interest. What are you pulled to? Some people, you find they're pulled to sick people. Maybe theirs is to bring healing, or they're pulled to people's struggles. Like for me, that's one thing. I'm pulled to people's struggles. My kids complain all the time. I like to sit you down and listen to everything. I like to listen. How did you grow up? I like to listen to people's struggles because I'm pulled to it and I want to help and I want them to, be better. I love things like healing, healing of emotions. Those are the things that pull me when I see young people dealing with something. I'm not quick to be like judgmental. Oh my gosh. I'm like, how can we come out of this? So with life, I began to notice what pulled me, and I realized I'm pulled to younger people. I'm pulled to people living their best life. I'm pulled to people coming out of certain situations and struggles, right? So what are you pulled to? You don't have to compare yourself to another person. Another thing, what are you passionate about? What flows easily for you? For the longest time, guys, I was so pressured. I mean, I can't bake, I can't do hair, and I'm not even interested. I wish I was. I'm not even interested, like absolutely. I can't even do it. And I was so pressured. I'm like, what am I meant to do? And one time I sat with God. I'm like, God, what am I supposed to do? Like business ideas or whatever. God told me, your mouth. That's what's going to do it for you. And I find that for me, anything, oratory is just so easy. I don't have to really prep myself. It's easy. I flow. I love to talk. I love to preach. I love to talk one-on-one with people. I love counseling, So that's it. So you find what is your passion. What are you passionate about? I saw something very interesting. One of my brothers put it on his status. And I want to touch it. He said passion is overrated. And I got where he was coming from, right? So he was saying, if what you're passionate about cannot make you money, for example, we're back to this money thing, then start working on something that can make you money. He suggested get passionate about it, but I think there's also another way. Make enough money to now get into your passion. Do you understand what I said there? So if you're passionate about something, but it can't make you money at that point, or it's not able to sustain you, do what needs to be done. Fine, I love talking to young people, right? This is not making me money right now. I had to get a job. While I'm building this dream, I do what needs to be done. So don't be one of those people in the name of passion that end up doing nothing. Because say, oh, I'm passionate about this, and until I arrive there, I'm doing nothing. No. Practice wisdom. Okay? So, even when you see what you're passionate about, if it can't come into fruition now, keep working on it, but do what needs to be done. Get a 9 to 5 if you have to start with. Sell oranges by the roadside. Do something. Just don't sit down lazy telling me you want to wait for your passions to come to pass. That's not how God does things, okay? Whenever we look at people, even in the Bible, let's look at Joseph. God showed him that he was going to be, he was going to rule over his family, right? Did you see that long process, fam? Did you see it? I don't even think Joseph saw that coming. So you see that there's a whole lot that happens in process. God sometimes shows us the end picture, but we don't see the process. And sometimes the process to get the end picture includes some 9 to 5s. It includes some sleepless nights. It includes some selling of oranges. I don't know why I'm going to be selling oranges. It includes a lot. A lot needs to be done to get there. So don't sit down in the cage of, oh, I'll have to wait till my passion. Keep moving. Keep doing what needs to be done. All right? It's a broad picture. This may not even be the big picture what God wants me to do, but I'm moving with him one step at a time. So that's the thing with purpose. It's not like one big thing you arrive at. It's something you work on daily. Okay? So you need to give yourself to it daily. There's certain things about you you're going to discover as you keep going. But don't buy into the thing of feeling useless just because you cannot see the full picture. None of us can. I'm 29. I haven't seen the full picture. I'm trusting God. I'm taking one step at a time. I'm seeking him for the next step. Just like that. Don't allow the devil to make you feel useless. Or because you don't know who you are. I don't care if you're maybe 25. I feel like I got the more productive parts of my life in my later years. Sometimes when I look at myself at 18, I'm like, girl, what was you doing? But that's where I was, right? So it doesn't matter how you started. Now you're here. Begin to spend time with God. Begin to spend time with you. And begin to say, hey, what do I like? Start putting those passions, even if they're very big. Or I'd love to run an orphanage one day. Just start putting them. How can I start working towards it, right? So begin to prepare for that thing that God ultimately created you for. Begin to heal where you need to heal, but never buy into the devil's lies of you're useless, or you begin to compare yourself to other people, or you want to become relevant. By all means, whatever it takes, whether you have to dress half naked, stop it, young people. Like, stop following foolishness, stop following foolish trends just because you want to appear relevant. You know you're not happy. Even after the 10,000 likes on Instagram, you're still not happy, because it's not what you're created for. What ultimately gives us fulfillment is what God created us for. No matter how tired I am, I've shot YouTube videos from no sleep. I've gone to preach church straight from work. I was so tired, but I realized whenever I'm in my element, I'm in what God calls me to do, I flow, I'm alive. No matter how tired I am, I love it, okay? And when I'm out of that place, certain things may drain me. So discover who God called you to be. Enjoy the process. Sit with it. You're here for a purpose. You have something to give your world. You have something to give your generation. Do not compare yourself to anybody else. All right? And lastly, I've said this already, it's a process, but enjoy it. Okay, guys? So today I just wanted to touch a bit of that. Just a little encouragement, exhortation, if you will, just to remind us that we are here on purpose. Don't waste your life away. It doesn't matter what mistakes you've made. I've made countless mistakes. Maybe one day when I'm confident enough to share them with the world, I could share costly mistakes that I've made in my life. But I'm still here. God still has a plan for me. God just keeps this hope in me, regardless of mistakes I've made in the past. Some have costed me terribly, but He just shows me I still have something. There's still something in me that's saying, Ruth, we're gonna get there. We're gonna be everything God asked us to be. So if you're watching this video, you've messed up your life, you've made massive mistakes, you are still going where God called you to go. God has not changed His mind about you. That's for someone specific. God has not changed His mind about you. Man may have changed their mind about you, but God has not changed His mind about you. So yeah, guys, that's it for today. I just wanted to encourage you guys. God bless you so much. Until my next video, it's bye and God bless. I said that already, but hey.